Anyone who's seen me present before, you know that you are about to basically snort a line of cocaine in educational form. I have no idea what that feels like, by the way, but you will in a minute. Some of you may have seen at the beginning of the session, I had a little tiny human being walking around me. This is one of my amazing assistants and the future heir of the Cordiner Castle. I'm going to basically take you through a whole bunch of completely different tips and strategies that you can use to scale the business that you are currently running. No matter how smart you are, no matter how good your products are, no matter how good your services are, you cannot scale those if you don't have systems, strategies, and today, tech and automation in place. It is completely possible to scale to a 7-figure business and beyond with one or maybe even no staff whatsoever. You could have a $10 million a year revenue, but that business's valuation is going to be absolutely pants if there's no profit, if there's no recurring revenue, if the business money, that $10 million that is coming in, is only coming from 1 or 2 clients. If you want a business that is high value, that is high profit, and that is going to earn you the highest amount of income if you were to sell it one day, you need to be thinking scalability. Doing more, getting more results with less input. And that, my friends, is where the real sweet spot of business happens. This discoverability is critical. And again, it has a simple math formula based on, if I want to make X number of dollars per year, how many people do I need to get in front of? And this is why most businesses are not hitting their revenue goal. They think that if I just put a couple of Facebook posts up, if I send out the odd email when I remember to do it, maybe I'll chuck $20 on some Facebook ads 1 month and see what happens. I like to imagine this. Imagine if you're in a room full of 100 people and they're your perfect target clients. This is the important part. They must be your perfect target clients. If you delivered the most amazing presentation in the world, how many people would be likely to buy? Back in the olden internet days, it was around 80%. About 5 years ago, it was about 30%. About a year, 2 years ago, it was around 9%. Not only are only 1 to 3% of them likely to buy it, that 1 to 3% usually need to have seen you at least 22 times before they buy. You do that 22 times and you keep doing it over and over again. And if you are hitting those numbers, you cannot fail. At the top, you're thinking all of the marketing you can possibly do. The more marketing you do on the more platforms that you do, in the more mediums that you do it, the more chance of you hitting the number of people you need to get in front of to hit your conversion rate. This is the conversion point. This is the point we turn marketing into acquisition. This is the point at which when somebody gives us their contact details, now we've acquired a lead. Now we're talking business. As we go down below our lead magnet thing, which is the acquisition stage, now what we're going to have is a system in place that's going to take that email address and actually start doing something with it. Because an email address that sits in a dusty old database collecting moths like the recipe books on the top of your microwave, you've done all this work to get an email address, and then do you know what people do? They go, oh, I'm not going to email my list in case they unsubscribe. You've just done all that work to get it. If you want to make more money, make it easier for everyone to buy from you. Could this be, for instance, best versions of these are completely self-serving digital products? You're talking a webinar recording. My millions come from products that are mostly under $100. Low price means high volume, and because it's more accessible for more people to purchase, it's easier to sell when it's lower ticket because people don't have to think as hard, which means it's an easier marketing and sales process. I have, for instance, get it done days where people come and quite literally fly to the Gold Coast, sit at my desk, and I do their tech for them. I create their courses, their memberships, and do all of their tech, and they literally walk out of the door with it done. What is your Prada handbag version of your thing? How about to scale your business, you clone yourself? Now this is huge. I don't know if any of you ever said that. I just wish I could clone myself. I used to say this all the time. Now you can. How mad is that? And it can then speak like you, think like you, write like you, act like you, literally act as the whole entire vault of your lifetime's worth of knowledge and expertise, so that you can hire a virtual assistant who can then answer every single email as you, because the bot does it for them. This will learn everything about you in seconds. Then, once you've done that and you press save, you now have a bot that knows everything about you. And every single time you do anything ever again, write a social media post, write a blog post, write an email, do a webinar, do any kind of on-stage thing, and you save the recording, what you'll have is a bot that then literally knows you inside out. And it's now going to scrape all of my content, all of my websites, all of its knowledge base, and it's going to write exactly like me. And get this, it will learn every product you sell, every link to every product that you have, and it will even recommend and hyperlink in your products and services where it's appropriate as well. What? Did you know that now, today, more people are using AI models such as ChatGPT and Claude to do their searching as a search engine instead of going to Google? This is a free lead generation machine on fire. And anyone who's not actively making blogging and content creation, SEO discoverable content, their number one strategy for 2025 is going to be absolutely pooed down the toilet by their competition who are. I don't care what you do, what your topic is, what you sell. Running free training is the most incredible, highest converting way for you to establish yourself as an expert in that field, to position yourself as the most helpful person in the room in that topic, and to then generate content that can be used by AI and search engine bots to position you as the search result when your customers are looking for your thing. What we are not worrying about is virality. We're not going to be creating content here that's necessarily going to go viral, and nor should that be your goal if you want the biggest prize of all, free traffic from AI. Some of my highest traffic blog posts are 8 years old. They took me 30 minutes to write. Am I glad I wrote that blog post? You betcha. Who cares if it only gets 200 views? Who cares if it only gets 3 love hearts? Who cares about whether or not it goes viral? I'm telling you now, as a very successful business owner who creates content for a living, I don't care how many views my things get. Of course, it would be fun for some stuff to go viral. Every time you publish another piece of content, it's another ring on the web. And that ring silently gets bigger and bigger and bigger over time. So that eventually your searchers, your Googlers, and now your AI botters quite simply cannot help but trip over that web and fall in it. People think that they need money for business to work. I want you guys to think about the slow, long-term game, because that is where the real winners survive. Please make sure that every single post you put out there, whether it's blogs, whether it's videos, whether it's social media posts, has some kind of call to action. It is absolutely essential that you're either sending them to a free thing or outright selling a paid thing, or sending them to a booking calendar or asking them to email you, because you need that email address. Success is not about not being scared. Success is about doing it regardless of being scared. People are after your knowledge and your advice, not how hot you look in a mankini. Although I would like to see a lot more people in mankinis, because it would be a lot more fun. Did you know that 80% of people watch videos with the sound off? So if you don't have captions on all your videos, you're actually losing 80% of your audience. Did you know that when you sell a business, your email list is actually calculated as part of the valuation? If you have an email list, you have power. The average person today not only takes 22 touch points, they take an average of 18 months to make a purchase. We are not having less people buying. There are not less people spending money. If I do get hit by a bus tomorrow, the business can still operate without me and still make sales without me physically here. Thank you